Welcome into our NCAA selection show. I am Scott Faughn, freshly back from Washington, along with my man, Gussie Faughn.
Hi.
Kelton Turner, you're in front of the camera this time. I love it.
It feels strange.
I'm glad you trimmed your beard for today's festivities.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking good.
And Jake Croson, the man who could grow 5 more of those beards and still barely equal Kelton. Jake, I want to appreciate you coming today, dressed so festively for Gay Pride Month. I really appreciate it.
I got to represent the community and our home team.
Well, if you're talking about the trans community, yes, your shirt definitely represents them very well. Gussie, let's talk. Before we get into the picks, let's just say straight up the top. Here's the deal: the winner, when we're done here, the winner gets $200.
Oh, let's go.
200, but we're also donating $200 to the Rape Crisis Center. So what are you gonna You gonna keep your 200? Or are you gonna give it to the charity?
Keeping that stuff. Some
Yeah.
more charity.
I would too, but I'm actually not going to keep it. Because we're publicly saying this. If it was private, like if you win the 50-50 and they don't announce your name, you could probably slide over and take that.
Charity, I'll give you $100.
But I look at you. That's very charitable for a German.
Actually, 50.
That sounds about like what I was expecting. And I wonder if they shouldn't probably count on that 50 for their year-end budget, right?
But I know I'm gonna get all these right. So
What we learned, number one thing we learned in Washington, Schmidt has this senator thing figured out, man. So we go check him out. The Fox News people treat him like he's totally. They treat him like we treat him when he comes here. Actually, then I had 2 United States senators as we were leaving the complex where we taped and when we went to his office. I don't know all the United States senators. I know like a Chuck Schumer. I know who that is. If I'd seen him, I think I'd know. Like I know him on TV. I think I'd know him in real life. I know Eric Schmidt. There's another senator. Kind of from here. I don't know him that well. If you're on the truth, I'm a Missourian. So, but I ran into this lady, and it was so great. Remember, we were leaving, and we didn't know which door to leave, and we asked this lady. I had no clue she was a United States senator. No idea. I don't know. I've looked her up. She's a Republican. She immediately, what'd she say? Where are you from? We told her. She goes, oh, Eric Schmidt. Yes, I love him. I'm telling you, folks. You walk around the staff up there, the media up there, his other college, Schmidt has this U.S. Senator thing down. Trump is rolling. That's the second thing. Nobody knows what to think of Trump. Like, he has just came, I'm not going to call it a blitzkrieg because that has a negative connotation in the liberal media, but he has just came so fast and so hard. I mean, these people don't even know what to think. Number 3, do you know in Washington, D.C., the building where they have Fox News and MSNBC is the same building?
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the first floor is MSNBC, on the 4th floor is the top floor is Fox. So we saw Elizabeth Warren. She's kind of like the Ted Cruz. Like everyone hates Ted Cruz, even the Republicans think he's just a jerk. She's kind of that way for the Democrats. She walks in on her phone complaining about something, Karen to the hilt, but it was kind of cool. They both go in the same door to the same building, and then just one floor is one flavor, the 4th floor is a different flavor. It's kind of cool. Bob Onder is doing every single thing. If you live west of Wentzville, he's doing every single thing he can do to be an outstanding congressman. He's winning over his colleagues. They like him. He's doing the. You could ask. Here's the thing. I saw Elon Musk. Here's what I want us to do. Send an email that said, "What's the 5 things you're doing this week?" Which I thought was hilarious and great. I think we should send every member of Congress who represents Missouri an email. What are the 5 things you're trying to bring our tax dollars home to pay for right now? What are the 5 things you're actually doing? Because I don't I don't trust any of these bills. I don't trust any of this stuff. What are you actually bringing the tax dollars home for? Right?
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Well, I think you're in charge of it. So he did say it wasn't a bad idea, right? Okay, good.
I'll be right on.
And Ann Wagner is our favorite, right? Do we love anybody more than we love Ann?
yeah.
Who?
No.
No. Yeah.
I love you.
Well, yeah, and I love you more, but like right after you is Ann, right? Yeah, totally. She's the best. So that's our 5 things we learned. Now let's get into picking these. Let's get into what we came here for. Okay.
Just now, my dad's about to lose. Kelton's about to lose, and
$200. I mean, if you keep it, you are kind of against the Rape Crisis Center. But whatever.
I'm gonna give them like $10.
Shout out to my friend over across the street, Giannis, the Coffee Zone guy. Gave me this. It's outstanding. Creepers and Copers, Jack Cardetti.
Jack Cardetti.
John Cobb. A little jet lagged. And then I was getting into my Jeff Vernetti. You know, Vernetti actually has these sauces. It is a Italian dressing, and it's a spaghetti sauce. We had spaghetti last night. We should have had this. Well, I wanted to tell people on the show before we let Casey get a hold of it.
To open that would be kind of a crime. Like, that's kind of like a masterpiece.
And we kind of need Jeff, if you're watching. By the way, what a bullshit story they ran about Jeff. That's hilarious. It's like you come against their little minimum wage thing, which was a dumb idea also, to raise the minimum wage, and then they come right at you. It was hilarious. But it is. That's how you know you're a rising star.
Yeah.
If you haven't had a hit piece by the Post, look at Chad Perkins. He had his hit piece. I think that kid's doing okay.
Yeah.
New addition to the wall, Chad Perkins sent us design. Murph sent us one over there. Let's get into our picks here. Auburn and Alabama State.
Alabama.
Well, Auburn is technically also in Alabama. This is not Alabama, the Crimson Tide, that your Uncle Maury likes. This is Alabama State, which sucks.
Okay. Then.
So I'm personally going Auburn. But if you've ever been to Auburn, it's a dirty town. It's really
I've
gross.
never been there.
It is like Tuscaloosa is this beautiful place that's well manicured. Auburn sucks, man. It's gross.
Isn't that just kind of Alabama in general?
Not Tuscaloosa. I think they take all the wealth of Alabama and pour it into Tuscaloosa. All right. So Louisville Creighton. Oh, wait. You're going who? You going with Alabama State? Or are you going Auburn? Auburn? Who you going with?
Auburn.
Auburn?
Auburn.
Louisville Creighton. They have a mascot that's the Cardinals, so I'm going Louisville. You're for Louisville? Kelton, who you for?
I'm gonna put Creighton.
Where is Creighton, like Omaha or something?
I think so.
Iowa, maybe?
I think it's in Nebraska. In Omaha.
You're going with that over the Cardinals?
I think it is
Yeah.
Nebraska, yeah.
Easy
I
pick.
thought it was in Omaha. Who you going with?
I'm going with Creighton.
But why?
I don't know.
Oh, it's that shirt, isn't it? Yeah, that sucks. God, Jake, we all heap so much praise on Jake, and it's all very warranted, except he's got one flaw. It's like Rizzo would have been the perfect politician, but he had one genetic flaw. It's kind of sad. Michigan versus UC San Diego. I'm going Brian Sites, baby. Michigan. Who you going with, Gussie?
Michigan.
Michigan. Who you got?
Michigan.
I got Michigan as well.
Going Brian. So all four for Brian Sites. Texas A&M and Yale. I have never liked anyone that's ever went to Yale in my life.
Yeah.
Ever. I'm not going Yale at all. I'm going A&M.
If it was like a chess tournament, I would go Yale, but this is basketball. I don't think Yale.
Uppity jerk.
Yeah.
She said Yale people would be very well suited. Gussie, you're going A&M. All right. You guys don't even have your names on them.
Oh,
That's kind of not cool.
Got to take credit for this.
Ole Miss versus North Carolina. I like the Rebs. I like the mascot. Whatever you want to read into that.
SEC
Gussie, you
ball.
going UNC? Tyler Hansborough did go play at UNC.
Yes.
Miss?
First sister.
We're all going Ole Miss?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I like that. Iowa State and Lipscomb. Well, Lipscomb could mean you had a good weekend. I'm going Lipscomb. You going Iowa State? Who are you going with? You going Iowa State? Kelton, you got
I'll go with the Cyclones.
Cyclones?
I got Iowa.
One of us will look very, very smart when the 15th seat comes in. From a great weekend. Marquette and New Mexico. Marquette is in Milwaukee. We don't like the Brewers. I'm going New Mexico. The Lobos? Really? Kelton, you going for it?
Going with Marquette.
New Mexico.
Yeah. They are not better. Milwaukee sucks, and so does their beer. So does their baseball team. That's cool. Michigan State versus Alex Bryant, I guess. I love Alex Bryant, but Jason Cable Rowe. I'm going Jason Cable Rowe.
Or it's Bryant Wolfen.
Oh, it could be Bryant Wolfen. I like that guy.
Bryant Wolfen. I got Michigan State.
Florida versus Norfolk State. That doesn't sound like a real college.
Doesn't sound like a college that would beat Florida.
I'm going with Florida. Who you got, Gussie?
Florida.
Florida? Okay. Florida. Who you got?
Florida.
Florida's all around. UConn versus Oklahoma. Jake, who you got?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma? Kelton, who you got?
Got to take UConn.
Gussie, who you taking? I'm going to copy you. You taking UConn or Oklahoma? You know what, Oklahoma, I just want you to know this. I got a letter in the mail from Oklahoma today
Oh, I saw that.
saying that I had a toll. And it was so funny. They had me at their toll at 7 o'clock on the 25th when we were literally hosting an event for the Chief Justice of the Missouri Supreme Court. I was like, your tolling is wrong. It's incorrect.
Well, MoDOT sent out that
They used to have a button that I didn't have to say it. We could just push.
MoDOT sent out that warning talking about fake tolling things that people were
Oklahoma.
getting.
I'm going UConn. Screw them, man. Who you going with? You got, yeah, heck yeah. Screw Oklahoma. Memphis, Colorado State. Robert Odell, the city manager of Poplar Bluff. Shout out to everybody going through the storms. I'm going Robert Odell on against Colorado State. Who you going with?
Memphis.
Oh, we got Memphis.
I have Colorado. I'll be the odd man out.
Wow.
So you don't care about the people recovering
Well,
from storms?
my one team didn't make it on this list, so I'm a little upset.
You know, that's who we should give the money to, is the storm recovery people.
Yeah, that'd be a great
Let's
idea.
180 that.
That'd be a great
we
idea.
Can't really edit this, can we, Kelton? So
No, we can
it
edit
would
this.
probably be a pain, though. Let's just say we're going
Can't say that.
storm really.
Charity.
No, I think that'd be actually be a really good
Yeah,
idea.
we're going for storm recovery now. $200 of storm recovery, 200 to the winner, and then. I mean, Gussie, do you really want to keep the money that's meant for storm victims? I'll let you decide. You don't have to answer right now.
Yeah.
Maryland versus Grand Canyon. That just sounds dope. My buddy Dave Henson decided he was going to hike the Grand Canyon like an idiot, and he got stuck, almost died down there. So I'm going Dave Henson.
Wow.
I got Maryland.
Maryland?
I got the Terrapins.
I've got Henson. So Mizzou versus Drake. I vote Mizzou. Kendrick Lamar's Drake.
You're so clever.
Started from the bottom and now they're there. M-I-Z, Gussie. You going Kelton's alma mater?
Yeah.
Kelton, I know who you're picking.
I know who I'm picking.
I could just fill out your champion right now.
Now, if it was Mizzou versus UCM, I'd have to go with David Pierce University.
Well, David Pierce University, strong pick.
But UCM is nowhere near this.
That's true.
So
Yeah, screw Drake. And Gussie, if Drake was singing, which chord would he pick? A minor. I didn't really get that song until we were at the Super Bowl, and someone explained it to me, and I was like, that is very clever. I mean, you don't really expect a rapper to be all that clever. That was outstanding.
did Casey have to explain that to you?
No, the person, the row behind us started laughing, and I'm like, okay, why is that funny? I just, because they speak very quickly in a rap song. So I thought maybe I just couldn't understand it, but then they explained it. I was like, that is great. You know me, I love a good vendetta. Jake, we got Tech or UNC Wilmington?
Texas.
I went with.
Oh, who'd you pick? Did you pick Texas Tech or UNC Wilmington?
Oh, well, I messed up mine.
You could just write it over here. It's cool.
Everybody does this during their brackets. They always write a new
Yeah,
one.
we got a lot of brackets here. Well, why don't you keep that one and then just start here at Texas Tech Wilmington down here? And we can organize them. We have plenty of time. So I'm going to go Texas. Kelton, you going with?
With Texas Tech.
You know what? I'm actually going to switch that. I'm going to go UNC. Who are you going with?
I had Texas.
I'm going UNC. Kansas, Arkansas.
Arkansas.
I'm going Arkansas.
Yeah.
Who are you going with? Kansas? Well, you know,
If it was K-State, it'd be another story.
either one of them are great. I mean, let's be honest. St. John's versus Omaha.
C.
The Catholics versus the Prairies. Who you picking? St. John's?
St. John.
I like their coach likes to party, so I'm going St. John's. So my recap is: I have Auburn, I have the Cardinals, I have Brian Sykes, I have not Yale. We have the Rebels, Lipscomb, not Marquette because it's in Milwaukee. We have Jason Cable Rowe over Bryant Wolfland. Florida. Then we have UConn over the people that run a really terrible turnpike, and I would say more words, but Gussie's here. Then I have Nodell beating Colorado State. I have Henson beating Maryland. I have MIZ over Kendrick Lamar's boy. I have UNC William over Texas. I have Arkansas beating Kansas, and I have the coach that likes to party beating Omaha. Where are we different here?
I have Creighton instead of Louisville.
I also have Creighton.
And I have Marquette instead of,
I have Colorado State over Memphis.
which is crazy.
That's nuts. Nodell's he's going through storm recovery, and you have to do this. I mean, you saw Eric Schmidt called him right away,
Yep.
and I liked how he put that on. You know, it's kind of funny from what I heard was he put that on the internet right away, and then another senator called him. Who would have thought? It's crazy how that works. So let's start the other side. We have Duke versus Americans. I'm going to say Duke over the Americans. Oh, we have to pick these other ones? I don't know about this whole top thing. Let's just skip that. Are you picking Duke?
Yeah, You couldn't do. Well, I'm still filling out the stat.
Okay, well, all right, well, no, we'll wait for you. So what'll happen while we were going? I saw they took over the St. Louis Police Department.
Yep.
Did.
Passed utility bill. Made some sense.
Supplemental.
Supplemental.
Yep. Because the House couldn't fund everything last time.
Wow. Maybe the dumbest budget. And so if you call that budget conservative, you're essentially saying being stupid is conservative. It's really not conservative to say, well, we're gonna pass 2 bills to fund things instead of 1. Anyhow, okay, you got Mizzou versus Drake. That should be easy. Now we're over here. We got Duke and Mount St. Mary's. So there's St. Mary's and a Mount St. Mary's. I'm going Duke. You going Duke, Gussie?
Oh, Duke easy.
We got 4 Dukes. We got Baylor, Mississippi State versus Baylor. God, Jackson is a dirty town. I mean, it's just disgusting. Who are you going with? Baylor. I think I am too. I mean, that's just a gross town.
What are you saying? Mississippi State's in Jackson?
Yeah, isn't
No,
it?
it's in Starkville.
I've been there too. It's not
Yeah,
great.
it's
either.
not great. I'm not saying it's better.
I mean, neither. It's
but
kind of by Jackson though, right?
I have no clue. I went to Starkville when I was like 17.
Glad you made it out.
It
Who
was,
you got, Jake?
I have Baylor.
I'm going Baylor just because. Although I think about it this way, those kids in Mississippi State are going to play hard, so they have to go back to Starkville. They're going to be hustling. You know what? I'm changing mine. I'm going Mississippi State now. We have Oregon versus Liberty. Religious schools creep me out a little bit.
yeah.
Liberty. I'm surprised Liberty made this.
I just think,
They
if
got a
you're
good
gonna go
program.
to a school, go to like a religious, go to a Catholic school. It's a little weird to go to a Protestant private school, right? I know that's not very school choice-ish, but I mean, let's be real. A lot of the weirdest people I know come out of those like Protestant religious schools. So I'm going Oregon. Where are you going? You going Oregon?
Yeah, I'll get
Arizona, Akron. Well, that's where LeBron James is from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take LeBron James. I'm gonna pick LeBron. Although his kid, I guess, was not raised in Akron because apparently he sucks.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe his kid was raised in Arizona.
I have Arizona.
I have Arizona.
Arizona. Who you got?
Arizona.
I'm taking LeBron. But one of us cares about little Chinese kids needing jobs in China. Lego shoes. We have BYU. We have VCU. Lilliburn Boggs as favored victims. I'm going to go Lilliburn Boggs.
That's kind of good.
Where?
Feel.
You picked Arizona.
Yeah.
Just put them on the side here.
No, it's fine, man. I'm not doing it. That's mine all.
No, we got this. We got this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go down here and we'll put them all 3 together. It'll be totally fine. So you got to pick between the Mormons and VCU. I'm going to pick Lilliburn Boggs.
Boggs University.
Now who you picking? You picking VCU or BYU, Kelton?
Oh, I'm picking BYU.
Coming from Jackson County, we have 2 things. We have gays and we have Mormons. So
And,
we're going with Mormons.
yeah, the basketball team probably falls in first. Wisconsin versus Montana. I just don't think John Dutton plays basketball. Does he even own shorts? I'm gonna go Jack Cardetti's kids. We're gonna do his kids go to Wisconsin. Who you taking?
And you are talking about Jack. You're not talking about John Combat.
No, yeah, John Combat's kids don't go to Wisconsin. Jack Cardetti's son goes to Wisconsin, so I'm taking them. Who you taking?
I'm taking Wisconsin.
Gussie, you're Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Jig, okay.
Waiting for him to change.
Vanderbilt versus, so we have Catholics versus smart kids. Mount St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt. I'm going to take the Catholics over the smart kids.
I think it could be a good year for the Catholics.
Who you got, Gussie? You got Vandy,
Safe.
Catholics. Kelton?
I'm taking Vanderbilt.
Same
Taking the dorks, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see.
SEC ball.
Alabama versus a guy named Robert Morris.
Just one guy.
I'm going to take that.
He must be good.
Yeah, for real.
maybe put him down.
So out of that bracket, I got Duke. I got Mississippi State because they don't want to go home. Oregon versus LeBron. Lilliburn Boggs versus Cardetti's kid. We have the Catholics and Bama. So Houston versus SIU Edwardsville. Okay, when we were in line to go to the Space Museum, There were the people from SIU Edwardsville there.
Really?
And I used to know a chick that went there. It was just pretty dope. So I'm going SIUE. Who are y'all going with?
Wow. I'm going with Houston.
Houston? Where you at?
I got Houston.
Houston?
Houston.
Houston. Okay. Gotcha.
We know.
You had right here. Houston?
Yeah, but Dad, I can't. I write so big I can't do that.
Yeah. No, you're just going to go right there. You could write on top of the names. Gonzaga versus Georgia. Now, they're pretty good at football. Gonzaga always wins this stuff. I don't even know where Gonzaga is, but
They did pretty well
they have a
last
cool
year. I
name,
think.
too. I'm going to go Gonzaga. They're getting beat by SIUE next round anyway, so it doesn't matter. Gussie, where are you going with? Gonzaga? Kelton?
I got Georgia.
Georgia?
I have Gonzaga.
Well, looks like you'll be wrong, Kelton. Clemson versus McNeese.
Clemson.
Yeah, I think you're right, Gussie. I'm going there. I don't have any good reason to. Yo, Clemson?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be dope if the McNeese dude won. That'd be sweet.
Maybe him and Robert Morrison can meet.
You know who his mayor is, Gussie? Mayor McCheese.
Different name is that.
Well, you're too young to remember the playpins. That's one thing the trial lawyers screwed up for everyone. McDonald's used to have playpins, and then the lawyers.
I managed.
Soon
I think
enough, they won't
Kelton and I
have
managed
glyphosate. They
that
won't have any
process.
food at McDonald's anyway. The lawyers will pull it done again. Purdue versus High Point. I'm going to pick Bill Eigel. He went to Purdue.
He did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, who you picking? You picking Bill Eigel?
No, I'm picking High Point.
High Point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? You just
They
don't like.
no.
God, that is very Lincoln Huff of you not to pick.
I
Bills.
had-
You're just doing this for Lincoln. I know you are.
That or
I had
Kehoe
Purdue-
paid him.
I had Purdue. I had Purdue winning it all these past 2 years, and they
can't
always
believe
flounder.
that you're so petty that you're just wanting to suck up to Mike Kehoe, and you're not picking the clearly better team in Bill Eigel's alma mater.
Bill Eigel's alma mater chokes in March every year.
Well, some would say May, but okay.
Watch, this is gonna be the year he doesn't go. This is gonna be the year he doesn't go with them, and they go all the way.
I'm picking Bill.
I got
now,
Purdue.
Now I'm more committed to Bill's success than ever. The Illini versus Texas / Xavier.
Illinois.
Illinois? Okay, I'll go with you on that. Andy Banger, I think, went there. Kentucky versus Troy.
Kentucky.
Okay. We're all Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
UCLA versus Utah. I just think there's like a better demographic for basketball at UCLA. What do you think? Where are you going, Gussie?
UCLA.
What do you think?
Yeah, UCLA.
I've got the Mormons again.
Wow.
You are, dude, you are doubling down.
That Utah's a rich state. They got the money to bring people in.
Okay. Tennessee versus Wofford.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Okay, I'll do it.
Maybe Walford
All right,
and
who had
a couple of the
who's
other
picked
guys
the
will meet
biggest
up.
upset so far?
I think you.
I think UNC William over Texas Tech. That's a 14 seed. No, I got Lipscomb, the 14 seed. Who's over here at 14?
This could be tough.
I have High Point at 13 beating Purdue.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's a.
okay. Okay.
I think my
Good job.
big upset is Utah and East.
I think the dumbest pick so far was the person that wouldn't pick for Nodell as he cleans up storms.
It's a rough pick.
All right, here we go. We're getting into the Auburn-Louisville. I'm picking the Cardinals. Who you got, Gussie?
One. Awesome.
Well, we just skip back over here.
No, Dad. Let's do this side.
We can swip over here, yeah. So Duke versus I have Duke and Mississippi State.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got?
Oh, Duke
I'm
easy.
gonna go Duke there too.
Yeah.
And then you picking Duke here.
Duke.
Then we got Oregon and Liberty. No, I got. Wait a minute. We've
You
got
got Oregon on that
and
one.
We've got
You have Akron.
LeBron. I'm gonna take LeBron over Oregon. That's cool. Just pick them.
What did you get for that one? We're on the same one. You got okay. You went with what I did. Okay.
So keep going down. You've got Baylor and you've got looks like no, you got Baylor and you got Arizona. So who you want, Baylor? Who you got there, Baylor?
Fuck. I already put Baylor.
Yeah.
Baylor. I'm coming at you.
All right. Then I have Lola Boggs versus Cardetti's kid. I'm gonna go with Cardetti. Who you going with? You got Wisconsin, like I do, versus BYU. You're saying Jack's son's gonna lose to the Mormons?
I have that.
Oh,
I have Wisconsin.
I don't know. I mean, it's been a long time since Sean Bradley. You know. We have I have the Catholics of St. Mary's versus Bama. I'm going Bama. Heading to the Sweet 16. Who you going with? Bama, yeah. Roll Tide. SIU Edwardsville for my gal from back in the day versus Gonzaga. I'm going SIU Edwardsville. She earned it. Where you going with? You got Gonzaga?
Whatever that one is.
Clemson? All right. Got it. And then we have Bill Eigel versus Clemson. I'm going Bill Eigel. Wait a minute. Hold on. Who's at the top here? Who do you have going to the Sweet 16 from the top of the Midwest bracket, Kelton?
Going to the Sweet 16, I have Georgia beating Houston.
Okay, who do you have in that bracket?
I have Gonzaga beating Houston.
Well, we all have Houston out, and Houston done. Clemson versus Bill Eigel. I'm taking Eigel. Who you got, Gussie? You got Purdue versus Illinois. Who you picking?
Illinois.
Illinois. Kelton, what you got?
I had High Point there, and they're losing to Clemson.
So I'm the only one that has Bill Eigel still in the tournament.
I have Purdue beating Clemson.
Okay, so two of us.
Good luck with that.
Illinois versus Kentucky. I think Kentucky.
I think whichever one happens, if Purdue wins first before the county executive race, then Eigel will be county executive.
Were you doing some NCAA divination?
I think that might be the case.
UCLA versus Tennessee. That's the next one to pick. Who you got?
That's on
I'm picking UCLA.
so what now?
So you're down here? UCLA versus Tennessee. I'm got UCLA. Who you got, Kelton?
I got Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Who you got?
Tennessee.
I have Tennessee beating Utah State.
So you have Auburn. It's up here.
Versus Louis.
Louisville. I picked the Cardinals. Who you picking? Put them up here up top here, right here. There you go. Up at the top there.
Oh, of course.
Sorry, on top of that line so you don't get off again.
I can do my own.
Okay, do your own favor. I'm not trying to encroach. Next, I have Brian Sites versus Texas A&M. The second member of the Sweet 16 from the South, I'm picking Brian Sites. Who you picking?
I got Michigan.
Yeah, Texas.
Texas. Who you got, Gussie? You have Michigan and you have A&M. Who you picking? Put A&M right there. Now I've got the Rebs against Lipscomb. I think Lipscomb's going on the Sweet 16.
He's right.
I think they're highly motivated. So from your bracket, we're picking from.
That we're doing off of this.
You got to pick. Okay, well, you got Ole Miss there. You have Ole Miss in Iowa, and then Iowa right there.
12.
Then you have to pick between Ole Miss and Iowa.
Hilton, you'll need to make sure you give us an update on your dog's bracket.
Yeah. Oh, he has Norfolk State in the Sweet 16.
So who do you want right there? Okay.
It's not as crazy as Lipscomb's.
All right, and then going down, you got to pick those. Marquette. Then you got Jason. So I have New Mexico versus Jason Cable-Rowe. I'm picking Jason Cable-Rowe. His team, Michigan State. Who you picking as the fourth team out of the South?
I have Michigan.
I have Michigan.
Michigan State. My bad.
Michigan State. You got Michigan.
Michigan State.
We all four got Jason Cable-Rowe. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Now we go to the West, the Wiki Wild West, Florida and UConn. I'm gonna take Florida.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although I like Vince McMahon. It's tough. I'm sticking with Florida. Who you taking?
Florida.
So 4 Floridas. Nodell versus Henson. I'm going to take Nodell.
I got Maryland.
Yeah, I got Maryland. Because we didn't have Grand Canyon.
I had Henson beating Maryland the first round. Okay. Then I've got, what we got? All right, so you pick Colorado State or Memphis. So you pick Memphis.
Just I can do well. Okay.
All right, we have MIZ, and I have UNC Wilmington. I'm going to say MIZ is the Sweet 16 bound. Jake, who you got?
I have Mizzou coming out of that.
Kelton.
I got Mizzou.
All right, Gussie, where are you at here?
I can hear that.
Well, this is a great time to our sponsors. I want to thank us bringing you the selection show, the folks up in the great Northwest, United Fiber. And Jake, look, if you're bringing your mom to town, I mean, your apartment's well known as a place lots of women come in and out. You probably don't want her there. Where are you going to put your mother up?
I'd put her at the Courtyard by Marriott.
Yeah, me too.
If I hated my mom, I'd put her in the Capitol Plaza.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I really think that's like the way, if you have a girlfriend and she comes in from out of town, like if you're serious about the relationship, you're going Courtyard.
Yeah.
It's cool. We're good. We're not even wrapped up yet. Here, keep going. We'll sort it out. But if you want to break up with her, I think the way to signal a breakup is Capitol Plaza.
Yeah.
Unless you want to hide, because they have that fully enclosed garage that you can go drive in. That no one's going in that garage.
That's true.
I mean, it's just a not great place. Just make a pick here. Let's catch Gussie up. We have Texas Tech and Wilmington. I think you picked Texas and Mizzou. You already got Mizzou? So right, Mizzou. And then you already written Mizzou there, so right, Texas. And then we picked Arkansas. I went, just to catch Gussie up, I went Arkansas over Kansas. What'd you pick? And then right there, St. John's and Omaha, you pick St. John's. I'm going to pick Arkansas defeat St. John's, even though I do like the coach that likes to party. I'm picking Arkansas to the Sweet 16. Who are you picking?
I got St. John's in the Sweet 16.
St. John's as well.
Well, you're absolutely caught up right now. All right. And then we go back to the top here. Sweet 16 bound, the Cardinals versus Bryan Sites. I'm picking Bryan Sites. Who are you picking? Michigan or you have A&M or Louisville? Put them right there. Okay, Louisville. Where are you going, Kelton? Who's in the Elite Eight from the South?
Oh, I got Auburn.
Auburn as well.
Wow, they're gonna be so wrong. I had Lipscomb versus Jason Cable Rowe. I am picking Jason Cable Rowe.
Yep, I got them too.
Who are you picking, Gussie? You got Ole Miss and Michigan State.
Old Miss.
I like that. So I have Florida versus Nodell. In the West, I'm picking Nodell. He loves that Memphis. I mean, seriously, it's like you like Disneyland. Let's tell you this. Who's getting one of the Elite Eights?
I got Florida.
I got Florida as well.
Florida. I got Nodell beating Florida. So I'm the only one. Man, I'm gonna look so smart when you guys are like, my bracket's all busted. And be like me and Odell cleaning up brush and dancing down on Bill Street. Mizzou versus Arkansas for me. You have Mizzou versus St. John's. I'm saying MIZ.
Yep.
Who you got? You're going MIZ.
I got St. John's.
Wow.
You're going to look so dumb when you're wrong.
Although whatever town this game is in, it's going to be good for Mizzou fans because there's going to be a party, and Patino knows how to party. So I have Duke versus LeBron. I'm going to pick Duke over LeBron.
Okay.
Who you got? Duke right there?
Duke.
Yes. Cardetti versus Bama. I'm picking Cardetti Jr. over Bama. Who you got? I guess we all picking Duke to go.
Yeah.
To the Elite Eight.
Yep.
So the second one's going to be the interesting one. You have Oregon and
UK. B. Like.
Bama. You have Oregon and Bama. Who you picking? Bama?
Yeah, that's B.
BYU? Okay, cool.
BYU.
So you're picking BYU? You're on that Mormon train. You like Caldwell County. Who you got, Kelton?
For the Elite Eight in the bottom there.
Yep.
In the East, I think I have Wisconsin there, beating Alabama.
Me too. I had Cardetti's son coming through.
I got BYU making it to face off against Duke.
It'd be dope if they all had like Lillibert and Boggs heads they were last treat head. Man, that'd be
That'd be
awesome.
more fit if it was like a Mizzou versus BYU game.
That's true. Yeah, fair enough. All right, I
But then
have SIU
BYU can wave
Edwardsville
around
versus
Kid Bond
Bill
posters, so.
I think I'm the only person that has SIUE still an attorney. I'm going Eagle to make it to the Elite Eight.
Alabama versus whatever that is.
You have Alabama and Clemson. Who you picking? Bama. He's on a roll. He loves it. We have so who you got in the first one? You got Georgia, Kel?
I have Georgia and Clemson, and then Georgia beating
You're an SEC homer.
I got Zaga versus Purdue, and I got Purdue winning that.
Eagle Elite Eight. We have 2 Elite Eights for Eagle. Kentucky versus UCLA. I'm gonna go. I'm going UCLA. Who are you going in? You have Tennessee and the Illini. You go to get the Illini. So your Elite Eight, Gussie's Elite Eight is Louisville, Ole Miss, Florida, and Mississippi State.
Let's
No, Mizzou. Sorry, Missouri. You have Duke, BYU, Alabama, and the Illini. I have Brian Seitz versus Jason Cable Rowe, Nodell versus Mizzou, UCLA versus Eagle, Cardetti's Kid versus Duke. Who's your Elite Eight?
My Elite Eight, I got Duke versus Wisconsin. Then I have Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, Missouri, and then Auburn, Michigan State.
Jake, you your Elite Eight?
I got Auburn versus Iowa. I got Florida versus St. John, Duke versus BYU, and Purdue versus Tennessee.
I think it's clear, seeing as I took Lipscomb to the Sweet 16 and SIU to the Elite Eight. No, still Sweet 16. And I think I have the most, and I have Nodell still in the tourney. I think I have picked the upsets. But, I mean, I'm not one to brag. So, Brian Seitz versus Jason Cable Rowe. I'm going to go with Brian Seitz.
Ole Miss and Chicago Dukes
Okay, you got Louisville?
versus Ole Miss.
Yep. What you got? Put Ole Miss right there. I got Brian Seitz in the Final Four. He's got Ole Miss in the Final Four. Kelton, who's your Final Four from the South?
Got Auburn.
Auburn. I got them losing to the Cardinals in the second round. Your bracket is going to be so screwed. Albert Pujols comes out there because some of this. You don't even know. Jake, who you got coming out?
I got Auburn as well.
Oh, wow. They're both screwed. Sorry, Jason. I did take you a long way. I mean, you did get the Elite Eight, which is probably optimistic. But it was a Michigan versus Michigan fight, and, it's what it is. So, in the West, because you have Florida and you have Mizzou, I have Nodell versus Mizzou. I'm going MIZ.
Florida.
Oh, dagger to Kelton's heart. I can't really reach Truman in the new set. We need another Truman. We need Truman up there. Then we need like a Truman down here I could pull up.
Mobile Truman.
Yeah. What do you think, Kelton?
I got Missouri.
Of course you do.
Beating
No
Florida.
bigger homer than Kelton. What do you got?
I got Florida.
Wait, so
Oh, you're perfect. You're good. You have So my half of the bracket is Brian Seitz and Mizzou. You've got Millie's Ole Miss and Mizzou. Kelton, who you got in the Final Four from the left side?
I got Auburn and Missouri.
Who you got, Jake?
Auburn and Florida.
Duke versus Cardetti Jr. I'm going Cardetti Jr. Who you got, Gussie?
Duke
And Mormons.
Duke.
Duke. Kelton, who you got?
I got Wisconsin beating Duke.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
I'm with Gussie on this. I think Duke wins.
Well,
I think the Mormons take it so far as
it's not a
that.
game of cross. In the Midwest, we have Eagle versus UCLA. I'm picking Eagle. Gussie, you have
Alabama versus Illinois. Alabama.
okay. All right, Kelton, we got.
I have Georgia versus Tennessee, and I'm going to take Tennessee.
I got Purdue versus Tennessee, and I got Purdue.
So the Final Four.
Kelton's
Brian
just nervous
Seitz
he's going to lose
versus
again.
Mizzou. Cardetti Jr. versus Bill Eagle. Gussie, you have Ole Miss.
Florida. Duke. Alabama.
Boom. Kelton, what's your Final Four?
Auburn, Missouri, Wisconsin, Tennessee.
I got Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Purdue.
Nice. So, in the Final Four, my pick is Seitz versus Mizzou. I'm going to go Mizzou. I'm going to go be a homer. I'm going to pick Dusty Sheeters. You got Florida and Ole Miss. Who you picking?
Florida.
Florida. Solid choice. Kelton, who you got?
Auburn, Missouri. I'm going to pick Missouri.
You should pick Missouri up, but okay. Jake.
I have Auburn beating Florida.
So, in the national championship game, Mizzou, Florida.
Yep.
Okay.
No, Auburn.
Auburn. I have Cardetti Jr. versus Eigel. I'm gonna pick Eigel. Who are you picking, Gussie? Duke or Bam? Duke. Why are you picking Duke? Duke.
Duke's better than.
At basketball, yes. If this is a football game, it'd be a long day for the Blue Devils. All right, Kelton, who you got?
I got Wisconsin versus Tennessee, and I'm going to take Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, Jack, if you do go to the Final Four, I think we all agree you should pay for your son and you to go. I mean, and your wife and daughters.
Yeah.
That's just the right thing to do. I think let's take a vote. Who thinks if Wisconsin goes to the Final Four, Jack should take his whole family? Me. It's not your money. It's Jack, so you can put it up. All right. So Kelton, who you got, Jake?
I have Purdue beating Tennessee.
So you and I have the same bracket right now of Bill Eigel. I have Mizzou versus Bill Eigel. Who do you got?
Florida versus Duke.
Who you got?
Missouri versus Wisconsin.
Who you got?
I have Auburn versus Bill Eigel.
All right, Jake. Who are you picking for your national champion?
I'm going Bill for the win.
He's
think
picking Bill
I think
Eigel
Purdue
to go
wins.
all the way, baby. All right, who you picking?
I got Missouri winning it all.
Zoo? Who are you picking?
No, I'll come back.
All right, I'm going to go M-I-Z. Z-O-U. Don't take it. Cutting down the nets from the number 6 seed.
Duke.
Duke. Okay. All right, folks. That is our brackets. Kelton, can we get these put up online later today?
Yes, we can.
We got to have them up before tip-off.
Yep.
And if you want to fill out a bracket and kick in, you could be in on the $200. And if you take it, you obviously hate storm recovery victims. But whatever. But if you want to join us in play on our social media stuff. I'll be talking smack for the next until SIUE's dance is done, which probably will be like Thursday at like 1:30. No, there were nice people in line with us at the Space Center, weren't there? Yeah, they were nice folks. Thank you guys, and we will see you Sunday with Brad Pollitt on some of our stations. But for everybody, we'll be back after spring break on Monday. Right here at the Missouri Times and This Week in Missouri Politics. Thank you so much.